This is the Legion Go from Lenovo, and I've had this thing for a little bit now. And in that time, I formed some opinions about it, some initial impressions, especially when compared to some of the other guys that are in the same class right now and are on the market already. So the Legion Go is the latest addition to the fast-growing handheld market. Now, this entire year, there's been all sorts of different handhelds that have joined the market. And this one, I feel like, is for a specific set of people. First off, if you have large hands or even just average hands, you're going to love this thing. Now, I'm calling this one a wide body PC handheld because, come on, look at this thing, man. It's massive. And this is coming from somebody that already has an OXP2. It's got an 8.8-inch display with up to 144 hertz of maximum refresh rate. And this thing also has some really nice ergonomics. The way it's built reminds me exactly of the Steam Deck when I first picked that up. Nothing like the ROG Ally. Now in today's video, we're gonna be checking out this thing as well as all of its features, and I'll be going over my short experience using this thing as well. Now let's check out the Legion Go from Lenovo. So I picked out the Legion Go at my local Best Buy here in Canada, which came with a 65-watt USB-C power adapter, a controller base, and a carrying bag. I'll admit that I'm not the biggest fan of the bag that it came with, and that's because I find that it's pretty basic and also adds a lot more bulk to the entire setup, but I'm glad they at least provided one, unlike the ROG Ally. The bag has been designed to hold just the Legion Go and the controller base, so you'll have to bring the power adapter and any other accessories you plan on using with it in a separate bag. I'm sure this won't be a problem for everyone, especially if you only use one or two USB-C cables for charging multiple devices. One more thing I noticed about the bag is that it's got a small cutout with a magnetic latch for passing through the charging cable. This could be great for times when you want to charge the Go while it's in the bag. I'm not sure how well it works, but we'll have to see over time. The Legion Go is a wide body handheld PC, meaning that it's very large, and it also comes in a single color option with an all black design. To me, it doesn't feel as heavy as it looks, but it'll definitely eat up a lot of space if you plan on lugging this thing around in a backpack. Thankfully, it uses a detachable controller design just like the Switch, and that's great, especially considering its size. On the front side, there's ABXY buttons, a D-pad, menu buttons, staggered Hall effect joysticks, and a touchpad. Those Hall effect joysticks are going to come in very handy for preventing joystick drift. I remember a lot of people skipping out on the ROG Ally because it didn't have a touchpad, so I'm pretty sure that some people will be happy to have this on a Legion Go. It'll come in handy for using a cursor to navigate windows, as well as for playing games that require mouse inputs. The last thing on the front of the device is that massive 8.8-inch quad high definition touchscreen display. It's got a 16:10 aspect ratio, and it can go up to 500 nits of maximum brightness, which is amazing. It's also got a maximum refresh rate of 144 Hz. Now, the screen on the Go is definitely the largest and has the highest maximum refresh rate that I've ever seen on any handheld gaming PC. I've also noticed that there's some people out there that are worried that there's no variable refresh rate built into the Legion Go's display, but for me, I find that it's all dependent on how the console is being used. Starting from the far left on the top of the Legion Go, there's some volume controls, a USB-C 4.0 port, an SD card slot, air outlet vents, a 3.5mm headphone jack, power button, 2 triggers, and 2 bumpers. The triggers and bumpers are not Hall effect, so keep that in mind as well. You'll also notice there's 2 small 2-watt speakers on the far ends up there as well. Underneath the device, there's another USB-C 4.0 port that supports charging and data transfer just like the first one. To me, having a minimum of 2 USB-C ports is quickly becoming a minimum requirement for these newer handhelds. I know a USB-C hub can also be used with single port devices, but that to me just takes a bit away from their portable factor. Having 2 ports on the Legion Go means I can charge it at the same time as when using it with some other external USB-C device, like say AR glasses for example. It's definitely a must-have feature that once you try it out, it becomes very difficult to go back to having just one. On the bottom of the right side controller, there's a toggle for FPS mode and a mouse sensor as well. Like I mentioned earlier, the Legion Go uses detachable controllers, which is very convenient. There's a reason why that design was a hit with the Switch as well. It's great for switching between different modes and use cases like playing in tabletop mode or even just using the Legion Go simply as a Windows tablet. This is very similar to how it works on the Switch, where buttons located behind the base of each controller has to be pressed to disconnect them from the main module. After disconnecting them, they maintain their connection to the main module wirelessly through Bluetooth. This is much better than what I was used to with the One X Player 2 which on the other hand requires a USB dongle to maintain the same type of connection. On the back of the device, there's a built-in kickstand, which again is pretty similar to the design of the Switch. It feels pretty well built and deploys in and out very smoothly for use. It's adjustable between a decent range as well for finding that perfect viewing angle in tabletop mode. Personally, I like having a kickstand built into my handheld, so this is nice to have on a Legion Go. It makes it easy to quickly set it down anywhere and anytime without the need for additional pieces or accessories. On the back of the console, there's also a bunch of customizable back grip buttons, and similar to the Steam Deck, there's a good amount. There's 2 arranged vertically on the back of the left controller and 2 arranged horizontally on the back of the right controller. This is the first handheld that I've ever seen with a layout like this for those custom back grip buttons. The Legion Go takes the Switch design to a whole nother level by adding a scroll wheel and 2 more custom buttons located along the side of the right controller, and they become very useful when gaming in FPS mode with the controller in dock mode. The last thing on the back of the device is the inlet air vent that matches the one above to make up the cooling system used to keep the internals cool on the Legion Go. As for specs, the Legion Go can be picked up in 2 different variations based on the storage capacity. I've got the base model, which comes with 512 gigabytes of internal storage, but there's also a 1 terabyte model, which costs a little bit more. I was really disappointed when I found out that the Legion Go uses 2242 style SSDs. These SSDs are different from the usual 2280 or the 2230 SSDs that you'll find in the Steam Deck, ROG Ally, and a lot of other handhelds. You can always use an SD card with the Legion Go as a great alternative for upgrading storage without having to open it up or even pay a fortune for a 2242 SSD. Besides the storage, all Legion Go models come with AMD's Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, 16 gigabytes of FastDDR5 RAM, and a 49.2 watt-hour battery. For reference, the Ally and the Steam Deck both use smaller batteries at around 40 watt-hours. Now, like most other handhelds that came before it, the Legion Go also comes with a fresh install of Windows 11, which means it also comes with some of the same OS related issues. In my case, the setup process was pretty smooth most of the way through. I made sure to get the latest AMD graphics driver from the Lenovo website and complete some Windows updates before downloading anything at all. Every handheld PC tends to come equipped with their own version of a games library and some type of control center. On the Legion Go, there's the Legion Space software, which comes with a built-in games library, game store, and a quick settings control menu. Pressing the Legion L button will load up the main Legion Space software, while the Legion R button pulls up the control center for tweaking performance on the fly. That's exactly what you want to quickly open up when you want to change performance mid-game. It provides quick access to changes in screen resolution and refresh rate, brightness, volume, and controls for TDP with 3 presets and a custom option for choosing between 5 and 30 watts TDP. The Legion Space software feels very unfinished at the moment. The entire layout and the UI is very underwhelming, especially when compared to something like Armory Crate on the Ally. I did read somewhere that Lenovo is still working on improving it with a bunch of planned updates on the way. In terms of gameplay performance, the Legion Go is very similar to the ROG Ally and any other device that's running AMD's Ryzen 7 7840U processor. Here's a few games I tried out to test out the performance on the go.
God damn it. Finally. Let's talk. I'm not going back! Hear me? crush you! Let's see who crushes who.
Hello and welcome to our coverage on what is a very soggy night here at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. I'm Derek Ray in the commentary position and I'm joined for analysis by Stuart Robson.
Following in. Instead, it's the attacker who's alert. He gets to the ball first and it's a good finish.
Holland. Commitment to passing and attacking. Gundogan. De Bruyne. Good stop from the keeper.
Now, during my short time using the Legion Go, I formed some initial opinions about it. Keep in mind that these are just based on the current state of the device and my experience using it so far. First off, let's talk about the build quality and ergonomics of this thing. It's definitely the largest handheld PC that I've ever used, right next to the One X Player 2. Both handhelds are very similar in a lot more ways than that, as they both borrow some of their design features from the Nintendo Switch. The weight and size of the Go makes it ideal for those with average to large hands. Now, even if you have small hands, the design of the back grips make it super easy to hold onto the Go for long periods of time. The detachable controls and the kickstand design of the Go also make it perfect for switching between play modes to provide relief during longer gaming sessions. I can't say much about the build quality yet, since this is something I need to watch and report about over time. The entire thing has definitely been solid since I've received it so far. As for the screen, it's definitely been my favorite part about using the Go. It's the largest I've seen, and it also looks the nicest. Gaming, watching videos, or even surfing the web in general has been fun to do on a larger display. For me, I feel like this makes the Legion Go much more versatile and applicable to other use cases. I can totally see myself using it as a gaming console and a tablet as well. The large display might have made the whole thing humongous, but believe me, it's a solid compromise to make if you don't care about the size of your handheld device and want more out of the display. The built-in speakers on the Legion Go are totally the worst I've seen on any of these handheld PCs. I mean, it's usable, but it certainly feels like an afterthought. To get better audio, using wired headphones or Bluetooth is definitely the way to go. As for all of the unique features of the Go, I found that I really enjoy using most of them. I like those detachable controls for switching play modes and use cases of the device. The kickstand has also been great for the convenience it brings with it. And finally, the touchpad and the FPS mouse mode have come in very handy and proven to be fun to use as well. As for my experience with gameplay performance on the Go, it's been very impressive and pretty much right on par with the Ally. You'll definitely want to use the custom TDP settings to tweak performance to battery life balance. Just keep in mind that most graphically demanding games won't run very smoothly at the native 1600p resolution of the display. You'll have to drop it down to 1200p to get nice frame rates on most games, or even further down to 800p to push out more FPS numbers. I found myself playing at 800p just to really exploit that 144Hz display by pushing out some high FPS numbers. It worked really great when playing a game like Mad Max. The battery life on the Go has been decent so far, but I haven't had enough time with it to get a good idea of how quickly it'll drain when used in different ways. The really good thing is that it comes equipped with super rapid quick charge technology that should allow it to go from 0 to 70% in about 30 minutes. That's it on my initial experience using the Legion Go for a little bit here. It's mostly been a positive experience for me, and right now it's looking to take over as my go-to handheld and tablet PC combo. In time, we'll see how it holds up against all the competition that it's already got and the ones that are on the way. And trust me, there's a lot of them on the way. The handheld market is on a straight boom right now. I plan on making a follow-up review after playing around with it for a little while longer, so stay tuned for that video. If you have any questions you'd like answered about the Legion Go, or if there are any videos you'd like to see on it, make sure to leave that info down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in my next video. It's Tommy, and I'm out.